Hi folks, Matt Easton here, Schola Gladiatoria. So yesterday I put a video up just showing a fun training exercise from Schola Gladiatoria SG1, my club in West London, and it showed the scenario which I got the idea from an account relating to Hodson of Hodson's Horse during the Indian Mutiny in 1857, where he killed a number of enemies who were trying to come through a doorway to attack him with swords, and he had a pig-sticking lance, essentially a spear. And a number of you made the completely valid point that the sword attackers in our training exercise didn't have a real fear of death, and so therefore they were more courageous at charging through the door or committing suicide so that their other mates could come through and kill the spearmen. You're completely correct, and that is the most important thing to note about the difference between that training exercise and the real story. Is, of course, in real life people aren't going to throw their life away usually, or at least not so eagerly going to throw their life away so that their buddies can take out a spearman. They're going to be more fearful, more cautious, and that completely changes how it pans out. You're absolutely correct. However, that's what this video is about. What a lot of you seem to be missing is that there's always a big difference between training and real life, okay? So, and very clearly what happens in training is some parts of it are similar to what might happen in real life and some parts of it are different. The fundamental big difference between training exercise, let's call it sparring, and let's call it a duel, okay, so one-on-one fights, let's keep it simple. Biggest difference between sparring between two people and a duel is the lack of fear, of death at least, or of incapacitation or being disabled or whatever in sparring compared to the duel. And of course you can never really change that, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do sparring. A training exercise is a training exercise. It is exactly what it says on the label. It is training. It is a training exercise. And there is still a huge amount of value and use in doing training to prepare you for the real life, to prepare you for the duel or the battle or whatever. We would never say in the modern world that, oh, well, you know, when soldiers are lying down using their rifles to shoot at targets 300 yards away and scoring where the bullets hit on the paper target, that's not really like real life, because no one's shooting back at them and they're not really shooting alive human beings. So let's just stop that. Let's just say that all of the soldiers, they should stop shooting at targets now. That would be really stupid. They still need to shoot at targets so they learn how to use their weapons. They still need to go on live firing exercises. They still need to do this vast array of training, just as we do in HEMA and people do in other martial arts, to prepare them for real life. So honestly guys, pointing out that a training exercise is not exactly like real life, because in real life they'd be scared. You can say that of all training. Okay guys, cheers. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and feel free to follow us on Facebook.